Sometimes lost in the cheers is the nomadic lifestyle endured by those who campaign a monster truck on the Penda Points Series, where the office is anywhere you set up a couple of sets of crushed cars. Fairgrounds and raceways become your neighborhood. And this is your idea of French food. But amidst the waft of elephant ears, what you really crave is victory. Because as a touring pro, the road may be your companion, but winning is still your best friend. This is Trucks and Tractor Power, featuring the best in MTRA monster truck racing. Today, it's the Monster Truck Thunder Drags from the Canfield Fairgrounds in Canfield, Ohio. This is race number 10 in the Penda Points Series. The fairgrounds of the Midwest serve as home to state fairs, carnivals, and festivals. And it's against this backdrop that we present the Penda Points Series. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Lee, and welcome to Trucks and Tractor Power. The lure of the Midway is based on thrill and hope, two ingredients that we find in monster truck competition. The thrill? Well, the drivers amaze the fans and thrill themselves with the wildest 5-second ride in all of motorsports. And the hope is there, too. They hope to win the big one, the Penda Points Series Championship. And now, with more on tonight's festivities, here's Army Armstrong.
Well, Gary, they're almost like carnies. They build a tent, they put it up, they tear it down, and they move on to another town. We're talking about the Monster Truck Penda Points Series, and we're looking kind of like looking down a main midway when a carnival comes to your hometown. We got the Bear alive in the second round. Samson's coming back. He's a strong man. Of course, the old Bigfoot boys, Sasquatch, they're staying strong in this game along with the Snake Man. So all I can say about round 2 is hurry, hurry, hurry. Come to the midway. We're going second round racing right now.
But first, let's bring you up to date on the Penda Points Series coming into this event. Team Sasquatch, followed by the Snake Charmer, the Dancing Bear, and the Strongman in that order. Now, talk about a wild ride. This is Don Van Loo tossing what's left of his transmission, and we'll show you how he shells it out. This was from qualifying earlier. This is Don Van Loo in Magnum Force.
Keep an eye at him in the no man's land. The transmission just explodes. They're making so much horsepower. The safety blanket contained most of the shrapnel, but Van Loo really took a ride. He was literally sitting on an A-bomb there for a second.
So he becomes an early spectator here in Canfield. Now, also a tough time for Pam Botters in round 1. Watch this hard landing for the Boogie Van.
Pam Botters, one of the young up-and-coming drivers on the circuit, just needs one very important thing that all racers need, a break. But Schaefer's not going to give it to her.
Yeah, and from rough landings to tight calls with Magnum Force out, Fred Schaefer caught a single, but watch how close he comes to the far side barriers.
Yeah, but we're not playing hand grenades, so close doesn't count. He goes to the next round.
Well, the hottest time so far turned in by Dan Runte, a blistering 498 to Gary Porter's 506.
Dan Runte definitely holding the high ground in this competition. He and that 460 cubic inch Ford Allen Root horsepower are showing away tonight.
Well, that 498 will be a tough hurdle for anyone to pass this evening. We're coming back with more from Canfield. Welcome back to the Canfield Fairgrounds here in Canfield, Ohio, and the Penda Thunder Drags. We're ready now for round 2 action as we take a look. Bigfoot against the Monster Patrol, Snakebite and Samson, and Barefoot the Dodge against the Power Wheels Bigfoot.
Gary, what we're looking at right now is the mean green of Paul Schaefer. This salvage yard operator came into the sport about 2 years ago after dominating the sport of professional mud racing, wanted to try his hand at monsters, and believe me, he's got a hold of a snake of his own kind right now. Well, look who's in that other lane.
Andy Brass, Bigfoot, and here is Andy's bye run earlier. He was the fast qualifier, but he dropped off from a 499 to a 508 in that bye run. Both coming in the same lane, and right now he's in that far lane from our camera position there.
From a dead stop, 250 feet over 2 obstacles, jumping 20 feet in the air in less than 5 seconds. Oh, just another day at the office or on the midway in
a 10,000-pound truck.
There you go. We are having fun now. Ford Chevrolet, let's see who's going to be, Gary.
Round 2 is now underway. It's going to be all Ford. No contest as Andy Brass takes the victory in Bigfoot, a 5:03, so a tad quicker than that bye run. Not as fast as he qualified. There's Paul Schaefer's 5:55.
5:55 is a good number, but not good enough tonight. We've got one Ford takes a win. We got another Ford going to the line now. Who's he go against?
Well, Snakebite going up against Samson. Samson, the Chevrolet. That would be Dan Patrick, and there is Colt Cobra in the Snakebite Ford. Speaking of Ford, Army down with Jim Kramer, the crew chief for Bigfoot.
Jim, I understand Andy's going to stay in the truck. They're really hot lapping them, running them real quick behind each other. So we're going to ask you, what does it look like first round or second round now?
Well, you know, we've been working with Andy's truck quite a bit, and we're really starting to lean on it tonight. We've been leaning on a couple other trucks here, and we're starting to really lean on this one. It looks like, you know, the time's been coming down so drastically tonight. The air is better, the track's getting better, the guys getting more used to these ramps, and some fast times coming in. I look for him to get faster. I have to look for him to get faster, all right? He's going to have to, matter of fact. But things are going to turn around for us. We're going to make that blue truck run.
Back out of action with the Dan Patrick in Sampson. He took out Mark Hall in the Executioner in round one, and Colt Cobra took out Ray Porkowski in round one.
Well, Patrick has already taken a win for Chevrolet this year on the Penda Points Series. As a matter of fact, the only win that wasn't won by Ford. But the rumor mill has him maybe teaming up with the Jasper engine people out of Jasper, Indiana. They're engine remanufacturing. They make a whole bunch of horsepower, so he's not going to be afraid to pull up next to that Allen Root Ford horsepower in the far lane. He's got the Jasper horsepower under that Chevrolet hood. Let's kind of keep an eye on that, Gary.
Of course, that'll come sometime next season, likely.
Exactly, but right now,
all Ford.
Second place.
Snake bite, all Ford. Well, they say second place is just the first loser.
Yeah, second place is first place is next to last in this sport.
I think we discussed that a couple of shows back.
And you never did understand it.
No,
okay, the
I
replay
didn't.
comes up. The horsepower takes place right on the starting line. The snake bite truck just settles down and does what it's supposed to do. It just goes to the other end.
Of course, Patrick was right with him. There's the margin of victory. And